Have you ever believed that swallowing gum keeps it in your stomach for 7 years? Or that it somehow sticks to your insides forever? Or perhaps you've heard that cracking your knuckles will inevitably lead to arthritis, making you think twice before indulging in that satisfying pop. Turns out, a lot of what we think we know about science is just plain wrong. These misconceptions often stem from outdated information or misinterpretations of scientific studies. Science is all about discovery and correction. So some facts we learned as kids have been debunked. Get ready to have your mind blown as we reveal the real science behind these misconceptions. You might be surprised to learn just how many facts are actually fiction. Let's start with a classic question that sparked countless debates at family dinners and school cafeterias: knuckle cracking. For generations, people have warned that cracking your knuckles is a surefire way to end up with arthritis. Maybe you've had a parent or grandparent shoot you a disapproving look, or even threaten that your hands will ache when you're older if you keep up the habit. But here's the real science behind that familiar pop. When you pull or bend your fingers, you're actually stretching the space within your joint. This sudden change in pressure causes dissolved gases, mostly carbon dioxide, in the synovial fluid to form bubbles. When those bubbles rapidly collapse or form, you hear that satisfying crack. It's not your bones grinding together, and it's definitely not your cartilage being damaged. After you crack a knuckle, it takes about 20 minutes for the gases to redissolve into the joint fluid, which is why you can't immediately repeat the process on the same finger. This cycle is completely normal and doesn't harm your joints. In fact, Dr. Donald Unger famously put this myth to the test. For over 60 years, he cracked the knuckles on just one hand, leaving the other untouched. When he compared both hands decades later, there was no difference in arthritis or joint health. His experiment even won him an Ig Nobel Prize for its quirky dedication to science. Larger scientific studies have backed up Dr. Unger's findings. Researchers have examined groups of habitual knuckle crackers and found no increased risk of arthritis compared to those who never crack their knuckles. X-rays and medical exams show that the joints remain healthy, with no extra wear and tear. So while the sound might annoy your friends, family, or coworkers, rest assured you're not actually damaging your joints or setting yourself up for arthritis later in life. In the end, you're just playing with harmless gas bubbles in your joints. A quirky, noisy habit, but not a dangerous one. The idea that we use only 10% of our brains is pure fiction. It's a myth that's been repeated in movies, books, and even classrooms for decades, but it simply isn't true. The notion is catchy, and it makes us wonder about our hidden potential, but science tells a very different story. Modern brain imaging techniques like fMRI and PET scans have allowed scientists to observe the brain in action. These scans show that virtually all parts of our brain are active, even when we're resting or daydreaming. There's no large dormant area just sitting unused. In fact, even simple activities like talking, walking, or listening to music light up multiple regions across the brain. Your brain is always working, regulating your heartbeat and breathing, processing sights, sounds, and smells, and helping you focus on tasks or solve problems. Even when you are asleep, your brain is busy consolidating memories, repairing cells, and preparing you for the next day. The myth likely started from early misunderstandings about silent brain areas. Early neuroscientists noticed that some regions didn't seem to respond to basic tests, so they assumed those areas weren't being used. But now we know those regions handle complex tasks like language, planning, creativity, and emotional regulation, things that aren't always obvious in simple experiments. Evolution wouldn't waste energy on a mostly useless organ. Your brain uses about 20% of your body's total energy, even though it makes up only about 2% of your body weight. That's a huge investment, and it shows just how important every part of your brain really is. So you're already using your whole brain, just in different ways at different times. Every region has a role, whether it's helping you remember a friend's name, solve a puzzle, or feel joy and excitement. The real challenge isn't unlocking some hidden 90%. It's learning how to use your brain more effectively. That means practicing new skills, staying curious, and challenging yourself to think in new ways. Don't let this myth hold you back. You have an incredible brain, and you're already using all of it. The real adventure is discovering just how much you can achieve when you put your mind to it. If you enjoyed busting this myth with us, make sure to hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and share your thoughts or questions in the comments below. Let's keep exploring the wonders of science together. Ever heard someone say, "Don't give kids sugar, they'll go wild"? Well, it's time to bust that myth. Science says there's no real link between sugar and hyperactivity in children. In double-blind studies, kids who ate sugar acted just like those who didn't. So why do kids seem extra wild at parties? It's the thrill of the party, the games, the friends, the fun. Here's the twist. Parents who believe in the sugar rush are more likely to notice hyperactivity, even if it's not really there. The real rush comes from the excitement and energy of celebrations. Sugar just gets blamed for the chaos. Yes, kids can be hyper, but sugar isn't the cause. Next time you see wild party energy, remember, it's all about the fun, not the frosting. Ever heard someone say, "You have the memory of a goldfish"? Well, that's actually a huge myth, and a big insult to goldfish everywhere. Goldfish don't just remember things for a few seconds, they can remember for months. Scientists have taught goldfish to respond to sounds, solve mazes, and even push levers for treats. That's some serious brain power. So where did the 3-second memory myth come from? Probably from watching bored goldfish in tiny bowls. In reality, goldfish are curious, clever, and love to learn when given space and stimulation. So next time you see a goldfish, remember, it's way smarter than you think. Let's give goldfish the credit they deserve. They're memory masters. Did you know goldfish could outsmart so many myths? What other facts have we just accepted without proof? Stick around. Let's keep busting myths and stay curious together. You've heard it before. Lightning never strikes the same place twice. But that's not just wrong. It's risky to believe. In reality, lightning loves tall, metal, or pointy objects. Skyscrapers, trees, even radio towers, zapping them over and over. The Empire State Building, it's struck by lightning around 20 to 25 times every single year. Why? Lightning always seeks the fastest path to the ground, the path of least resistance. Some places, like Lake Maracaibo in Venezuela, get hit thousands of times a year, nature's own lightning hotspot. The myth sticks around because the odds are low for any random spot, but sky high for anything tall or exposed. Never hide under the tallest tree in a storm. It's practically a lightning magnet. So remember, lightning absolutely can, and does, strike the same place again and again. Stay safe. Ever heard the myth that swallowed gum stays in your stomach for 7 years? Let's bust that myth right now. Gum base is tough to digest, but your body treats it just like fiber, moving it right along your digestive highway. The sweeteners and flavors get absorbed, but the gum base? It's out of your system in just a few days. No 7-year wait. Only in super rare cases, like swallowing a lot of gum with other stuff, could it cause a blockage. But that's really unusual. For almost everyone, that swallowed gum is gone by the weekend, sometimes even sooner. Your digestive system is way more efficient than you might think. So, if you accidentally swallow gum, don't worry, it won't stick around. Myth busted. You've heard the phrase, blind as a bat. But guess what? It's totally wrong. Bats have eyes, and many, like fruit bats, see incredibly well, even in low light. Insect-eating bats use echolocation to hunt in the dark, but they still use their eyes to navigate. Echolocation is their secret weapon, like having night vision and sonar at the same time. Bats combine sharp eyesight and super hearing to survive and thrive. The myth comes from their mind-blowing ability to see with sound, not because they can't see. Bats are sensory superheroes, masters of both sight and sound. So next time you hear blind as a bat, remember, bats are way cooler and way less blind than you think. You've probably heard it. The Great Wall of China is the only man-made object visible from space. But is that really true? In reality, even astronauts say spotting the wall with the naked eye is nearly impossible, even from low Earth orbit. Why? The wall may be long, but it's only about as wide as a city street and camouflages perfectly with the landscape. In fact, highways and city lights are way easier to spot from space than the wall. This myth actually started long before space travel, because it just sounds so epic. The truth? The Great Wall is a wonder of the world, here on Earth. But from space, it's invisible to the naked eye. So next time you hear the story, you'll know. It's a great myth, but not a fact. Ever heard the chilling tale that hair and nails keep growing after you die? It's pure myth. Let's unravel the truth. Real growth needs living cells and energy. Both vanish the moment life ends. What really happens? The skin dries out and shrinks, pulling away from hair and nails, making them look longer. There's no spooky post-mortem growth, just the skin retreating. This myth sticks around because of the dramatic changes our bodies go through after death. It's a creepy illusion, nothing more, nothing less. So, no ghostly haircuts in the afterlife, just science setting the record straight. The claim that vaccines cause autism is a dangerous myth. It started with a fraudulent study in 1998, which was later retracted and debunked. Massive studies worldwide have found no link between vaccines and autism. The original author lost his medical license for misconduct. Leading health organizations agree. Vaccines are safe and do not cause autism. Vaccines save millions of lives every year. This isn't a debate in science, it's settled fact. Don't let misinformation put lives at risk. There you have it. 10 science myths. Busted. Science is about questioning and updating what we know. The world is more fascinating when we understand how things really work. Approach claims with healthy skepticism and always ask, tell me why. Which myth surprised you most? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more science deep dives. Stay curious.